Welcome to Jan Kitchen. Today we're turning 3 Italian classics into mac and cheese. So stick around and we can schmack the mac together. We're starting this shindig off with some clams. That's right, we're making mac and cheese alle vongole. We need to get the juicy bit separated from the chunky bit. Look at those little clammy morsels. Now that our clams are de-juiced, we'll get a couple of cloves of garlic minced and some parsley roughly chopped. After all that mise en place, I'm cooking my noodles till just before al dente. As those noodles cook, I'll grate 150 grams of cheese, then add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil to coat the bottom of a pot or pan. Our garlic can be added to that oil to saute lightly. Once that garlic starts to brown, I'll add some chili flakes. Normally at this time, I would add my clams, but I just forgot, so I added my wine. It was about a quarter cup of white wine that I let the alcohol cook out of. Our white wine, chili, and garlic mixture then gets our clam juice. And then I finally remembered to add my clams. This got some sodium citrate before adding our cheese to the mix and stirring until homogeneous. This mixture got added to my noodles with all the chunky bottom bits. It was a little wet, but that's nothing a little extra cheese can't fix. Then we'll finish it off with some parsley. I then added it to a ramekin and garnished it with more parsley. Alright, mac and cheese alle vongole. I was expecting it to be a little weirder than it is, but it's not weird at all. Those canned clams have a little bit of grit. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't say it's my favorite mac in the world. I'd maybe give it like a 8-1. It's really not too bad. Everything pretty much comes through except for with the pasta alle vongole, spaghetti alle vongole, or linguine alle vongole. You want the clams to come through a bunch. Clams don't come through as much as you want. I thought the clams and the cheese would kind of meld in a weird way. They don't, so it's really not bad. Get ready. The next mac we're doing is Bagna cauda mac, which is a beautiful hot oily bath of garlic and anchovies that's usually served as a dip. We'll start this off by crushing a whole head of garlic. That garlic can then be shaken in between 2 bowls to separate the skin from the clove. Once it's adequately shaken, I'll remove all the skins and throw all the garlic cloves into a blender because I'm too lazy to chop them by hand. And I'll blend them. It's actually better if they're a little less chunky so they'll break down more when they cook. That garlic can be added to a quarter cup of olive oil in a pot or pan over very low heat. We'll also add some anchovies. We want to make sure we keep this whole mixture just below a simmer. We're trying to get everything mushy-gushy without frying it. I also ended up thinking 1 can of anchovies wasn't enough, so I added a second 2-ounce can of anchovies. This mixture should take 20 to 30 minutes for everything to become nice and softened. And at that point, we can finish it off with a few tablespoons of butter. I then added some of the oil back to a pan, along with some flour to make a quick roux. Once the flour was cooked out, I added milk to turn it into a bechamel, along with plenty of cheese to make it oh so ooey gooey. Then cooked off some noodles, and those noodles got a couple heaping scoops of our chunky Bagna cauda bits, along with our cheese sauce. I finished this one with some soft mozzarella for cheese pull, and put it into a ramekin to be topped with breadcrumbs. It's not too bad, but I do kind of wish it hit me in the face a little bit more, because when I'm eating Bagna cauda, I want to feel it. I want to feel the garlic and the anchovies. I do think using Bagna cauda as a base to get some of the umami from the anchovies and a bunch of that garlic would be good for something, adding other stuff to the mac and cheese. I think I would maybe give this one a 7-9. Just alright. Our final mac and cheese is going to be mac and cheese carbonara. We'll start off by turning some guanciale into small cubes. We just want the cubes to be fairly uniform in size. Our guanciale can then be placed in a pot or a pan with a small amount of water to render out the fat. As they crisp up and render, we want to keep them on very low heat so they don't burn. We can then separate them from their fat and add just a small amount of our leftover fat back to our pan. We need this fat to lightly saute some garlic that I chopped while we were waiting for our guanciale. I'll also add plenty of cracked black pepper to lightly toast with our garlic. Once our garlic gets some color, we'll add 150 grams of milk. That milk can get 6 grams of sodium citrate, and we'll also add 150 grams of a mix of pecorino and low moisture mozzarella. This can get blended until it makes a nice smooth sauce. This sauce will then be added to some pre-cooked noodles, and we'll toss in our guanciale. This can go into a ramekin or a baking dish to be served. It also gets garnished with some extra pecorino. Oh, I fucked up.
Oh no.
That's right, I messed up. I just forgot to add some egg yolks to the mac and cheese. So I'll do that right now, just mixing them off heat so they don't scramble. Finally, we can re-put it into a ramekin or a baking dish and garnish it with more pecorino. Smells like carbonara. Doesn't look like carbonara. I do think out of the three, this one's my favorite, but I think I would also prefer regular carbonara. It's peppery, it's pecorino-y, it's meaty, but it does lose a little bit of its potency. Still pretty freaking good. I'd maybe give this one like an 8.5. It's good, it's just not carbonara. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe for more mac and cheese. Let me know if there's any mac and cheeses you'd like to see in the future.